I hope people really paying attention to Florida because honestly, this is the dystopian society. We currently have a concentration camp in the middle of the Everglades. And then there's another facility that they are planning in Camp Landing, which I used to hate as an Army reservist just going up there. I hated that terrain. On Thursday, Carlos Guillermo Smith, he is our Florida senator, he informed me that he will be going to the camp today at around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And finally, he was going to have access to the concentration camp. In fact, it was open to all the legislative, Republican and Democrat, if they wanted to attend. Now, that was after a week, almost a week, that they had been trying to get access. And when I say they, I'm talking about Anna Eskanami, Rita Harris, Angie Dixon, Maxwell Frost, etc. And what I'm going to read to you right now is Rita Harris's post on Facebook. And I think it's important to hear her voice as well because we are seeing everybody else's voices. Now, the story is differing, right, from the Republican and the Democrats. However, please know that the Democrats are telling the truth. If the Republicans really believed that it was clean and it was free from hazard and there was no concerns, they should have been able to take pictures. But they were restricted from taking pictures. Come on. 1 + 1 = 2. And I need you to use your common sense. Okay? Why is there no pictures? It's because they were not allowed. And if the Republicans really believed that this is a fit facility for any human being, well, they would have taken it and would have thrown it in our face. But they haven't, have they? Anyway, this is Representative Rita Harris, my friend, who is definitely, she is one of a kind, definitely in the Florida House. She said, today I visit the Everglades Detention Center. And let me be clear, this is not a prison. It is a base camp built for emergency response, the kind of place meant to shelter people recovering from hurricanes. But instead, it is being used to cage people. We toured different areas in the facility and were eventually allowed to see the detainees, but only under strict control. We were taken in groups of 3 and forced to stand in the doorway blocked by guards. The detainees were desperately trying to speak to us, but the guards refused to let us respond. And when I tried to answer, I was ordered to leave. As I waited for the other lawmakers to exit, we could hear the voices from inside crying out the word over and over, libertad, freedom. We asked every question we could, but the answers were not always clear or complete. We were told that there was no running water. It was brought in and taken out by truck. We learned detainees are sorted by color, yellow, orange, red, with yellow representing low-level civil infraction. Where they were housed, it was hot and mosquitoes everywhere. We also saw Vendor Village, the area where private contractors park their trucks and collect their checks. More than $600,000 has already gone into buildings and maintaining this site. Money that could have been funded for classrooms, health clinic, infrastructure, or real support for Florida families. Instead, it is being spent on cages. This is not a public safety. This is not injustice. This is cruelty wrapped up in bureaucracy and delivered at taxpayers' expense. And we must not look away. Yeah. You guys have a good night.